Hello my friend, today I will tell you how to install and how to download Android Studio. In order to do it, you just type Android Studio download and then you go to the first web page. And here we can do it. But before we do it, I would like to tell you what is Android Studio. Android Studio is, as the name suggests, a studio. So the place where you have got lots of tools that are connected to creating Android apps. So you have got there, for example, a compilator for your Java programs, right? You have got there some kind of an editor that is gonna have a code completion for you. You have got some kind of widgets that you can put onto your device and it's gonna create for you lots of code. You have got there, for example, an emulator that you gonna use to, for example, emulate lots of smartphones, because it's not possible for you to have 1000 of different smartphones with different versions and different sizes. You can just emulate all these things, right? So Android Studio is really something very important for you. It's gonna help you update the newest, for example, SDK tools, so software development kit tools, so some packages that are used for development software, right? So there is gonna be tons of useful things in Android Studio, and it's just needed. It's free. That's very cool. You just need to download it now. So in order to do it, you can click here, but you might not have the Windows, right? So if you do not have Windows, you just go to the bottom of this page, and as you can see, you can download it for Macintosh, for the Linux, right? So you can click one of this, and it's also gonna download it, okay? But if you have Windows, you can just click here. But before we go into it, I would like to tell you about requirements, because it's really good to know that Android Studio requires 2 GB of RAM, so and is even 4 GB RAM recommended, and you need to have at least, I think, 5 GB of space on your disk, okay? This thing here is, I think, not true. You need to have at least 5 GB, okay? And the next thing is Java Development Kit. I hope you know how to write anything in Java, because, well, if you do not, you should go first to my first course about Java or learning it on the internet. But you should have already installed something like Java Development Kit, right? But you might not have the newest version, and in order to install it again, you just type Java Development Kit download. You just go here and then you just click here, and you can download it here and update it, okay? Because if you do not have new version, you are not going to be able to create applications for Android 5 plus applications, okay? So it's not gonna work for you. Okay, so if you have got it, then you just click here, download, right? And when you click on it, as you can see, we have got something like that. We are not gonna download it again because it will take too much time, and you just click on it. As you can see, the setup is loading. Okay, let's wait a second, and we click next. Then it's good idea to install everything here, okay? We click next. As you can see, we need 4.3 GB, so it's a lot, and there are gonna be lots of updates, so it's good idea to have lots of free space. We click next. I agree. Of course, we read all this license agreement. I agree. And then we should specify when we want to install our Android Studio and where we want to install the software development kit for Android Studio, okay? Then we click next. Here we are being asked that, as you can see, at least for me, maybe you will not see it, but I have got Intel processor, and that's why I can have the accelerated manager for emulating the smartphones, for example, for emulating any device. And because of it, it asks me how much RAM I want to reserve, right? So I'm using the recommended value, for example, 2 GB. If you do not have it, you're not gonna see it, but, well, as you can see, it's good idea to have something like, for example, Intel. Okay, so let's click next. Here we just name our Android Studio. We click install, And now this thing is gonna take about 5 minutes. It really depends on your computer, okay? So I will just click stop for now. Okay, so the installation is complete and now we're gonna click next. And as you can see, we can start our Android Studio. So let's click finish. And our Android Studio is being open. As you can see, now firewall is being asking me, it's in Polish, but you know, it's just asking me if I want to allow it to access the internet. Okay, I'm allowing it. And as you can see, it's gonna right now update something. It doesn't need to happen to you, okay? But maybe it's gonna happen. It really depends on the situation when you're gonna download this Android Studio and what was inside of it, okay? So for me, as you can see, it's gonna download something, it's gonna take some time again, and I'm gonna pause again. Okay, so after installation process, as you can see, we have got something like that. I click finish, and then as you can see, we can create our first project. As you can see, I have got here a few projects already created by me, but this thing is gonna be done in the next lesson, where I'm gonna tell you how to create your first project. That's all in that lesson. Thank you very much.